Welcome to Mind the Mind with Niyi Akitoye. Today we'll be talking about understanding the mind and building a strong spirit. So why do I need to bring these topics together? Because understanding the mind is synonymous to building a strong spirit. Why do we need to build a strong spirit? Important aspects. Building a strong spirit is an important aspect of a sound mind. But what exactly is a sound mind? A sound mind is a mind that is free of fear, guilt, condemnation. A sound mind is a prosperous mind. A sound mind is an healthy mind. So you can have a weak mind and you can also have a sound mind. So you need to understand that man originally is a spirit having a soul and lives in the body. Again, man is a spirit having a soul and lives in the body. So it's a general phenomenon that people say man is a tripartite, and that's true. So because there's a part of you that is a spirit, and there's a part of you that is a soul, and then you have a body. So the part of you that actually have your intellect, the part of you that actually think, the part of you that actually house your emotions, your feelings, is the mind. So if I can ask you now, touch your mind. Some of us can say touching your head or your heart. So, but the mind is not something you can see or physically touch, because the mind is a place where you think. Thought happens at the realms of the mind. You feel with your mind. So can you touch your feelings? No. So you cannot physically touch the mind, but the nearest place you can say you want to touch, it's your head, because your thinking faculty and everything happens from the head realm. So there is a spirit, there is a mind, and there is a body, and these three things have to work together. So on this series, we'll be talking about minding your mind. So the title of the program majorly is Mind Your Mind, and the purpose is for you to be able to understand the power of your mind, how the mind works, what is the function of your mind. So what is the function of the spirit being that you are? What's the function of the mind? And also, what's the function of your body? Should you pay attention to your body also? Should we pay attention to the mind? Should we also pay attention to the spirit? Do you understand? So just go with me. The relationship between the theory part of your body, the relationship between the spirit, the mind, and the body determines the outcome of your life. Whatever you want to do in life, the decisions you want to make, who to marry, what kind of job to do, start with the mind. Start with the mind. So everything you eventually become in life actually pass through your mind. The mind is actually what actually sets the trajectory of your life. The mind, you cannot do anything in this life without it first conceiving it in your mind. For instance, now, have you seen a fan before? The physical fan you see, if there is no light, the fan cannot work. So the mind can be likened to the control box that's controlling that fan. So for instance, now, the fan is just there and electricity comes into the fan. If the electricity goes directly to the fan is just going to just start blowing anyhow without the control box. But our mind is the control box of our life. If you now set the control box to 1, then the fan will be able to just go at the rate that in which you want it. So you see that now. So compare it to the human being. The light, the electricity is the spirit being that actually gives life to our whole being. Then the mind is the one that actually control it. Is the one that actually control it. So there can't be somebody, there can't be a human being without a spirit. So the spirit is there. Then we have the mind, which controls every activities that happens in our body, that happens in our life. Then we now have the body. Another illustration is this. It is very crucial to pay attention to our mind, because that conjunction box, if that conjunction box is faulty, the whole thing is faulty because there's going to be just light going directly to the fan. And that is when you have a life without control. That is when you have a life that you can't even explain. So if somebody enters, why is this fan blowing like this? You don't know because there's no control box. The mind is like the control box that controls our life. Another illustration I wanted to give you is this. When a car is coming and you say, oh, that is so person. Let's say that is Mr. Sinakeru coming. Now that car that's coming, the car have a driver and the owner of the car is inside the car. So but when that car is coming, you will say, Brother Sinakeru is coming. Is it Brother Sinakeru that you saw? No. You actually saw a car coming, but you said, Brother Sinakeru is coming. Follow me. In that car, we now have the driver and we now have the Brother Sinakeru himself sitting in the car. In this analogy I just gave you, the car is the body. The person driving the car is the mind, while the owner of the car is the spirit sitting inside the car. So there is a spirit sitting inside the car, having the mind as the driver driving the car, and then we now have the car on its own. That is the body. Now the question is, who is driving this car? Is it the spirit or the mind? It is the mind, because the mind is the driver. So wherever we are going to, all of us like this, like as I am, 3 parts, my spirit, my body and my soul, wherever we are going to, it is the mind that is driving it. It is the mind that is driving it. Have you ever said to yourself before, I am not happy with myself? Like, I am not happy with myself. That is to show you that there is a I, there is a myself. The I is the spirit, and the myself is the driver that is driving the course of our life. I am not happy with myself. So because you've actually given the driver, say, we are going to Ibadan, and then the driver is going to, let's say, Lagos, and the driver is going to Lagos. And then because you cannot just go and just hijack the steering, because that is the mind function. The mind function is to drive your whole life. The mind function is to drive everything. Is to, okay, this is where we are going and this is where I'm going. So you now see why we need to pay attention to our mind. Building a sound mind is not the point where the spirit is the one in charge of the mind. The spirit is the one in charge of the mind. So the mind gets information. So when we were born, psychology says that the mind is like a tabula rasa, where environment decode information to it. So the mind, when you were born, the mind is just there, did not know anything. That is why a newborn baby did not have a mind of his own. A newborn baby did not even, there is no drive. The newborn baby is just there. The mind did not know what to do and know what to do. But that newborn baby has a mind, but the mind does not have instruction yet. So the right structure is that your spirit has an identity. So the problem that people have is that the mind gets information not from them. The mind gets information from people, from people around him. Now, the mind has 5 channels. Those are the openings of the mind. Those are the openings of the mind. And the mind gets information from that openings. So whatever you conceive in your mind is as a result of what the eyes have seen. It is very crucial that we pay attention to our mind. You remember the analogy of the car that I gave you about the mind is actually the driver of our life. The mind is actually the driver of our life, while the spirit. So on the norms, it is the driver that should take instruction from the boss. Now, the boss here is the spirit. But what we have is that the boss that is supposed to lead is not leading and leaves the mind to do whatever he wants to do. The mind that has gotten information from your friend, the mind that has gotten information from the film you have watched, the mind that has gotten information from from different people, from the environment. It's just acting based on what he or she, what the mind is getting from environment. But it's supposed to be acting based on what the spirit is giving the instruction to the mind. So, but when the spirit itself did not know what to do, when the spirit itself did not even, is weak, the spirit is not aware. When the spirit is weak and is not ready to take charge of the whole journey, then we also have a mind that just do anything it likes. So you will continually say things like, I am not happy with myself, I am sad, I don't even know what is going on. Why would you know what is going on? Now you are the one inside the car. You are the owner of the car. You should be in charge of your mind, and you should also be in charge of the driver. You should know what is going on. But it gets to the point where you say, I'm confused, I don't know what is going on. Why? Because the mind is just doing anything it wants to do. You are not giving the mind the necessary information that is needed. And why is that? Because you as a spirit, you are not aware. You are not aware. How do you get aware? And that is how to build a strong spirit. You get aware by you first of all having an identity. What is the identity of the spirit? So you see, if a car is coming now, you don't know, you just saw a car, but the person inside the car gives the identity of the car. You say, oh, that is the king coming. So it is the identity of a king that the car and the driver is going to work with. So for instance, now if a king is inside the car and the driver, so the driver inside the car is driving, the driver drives with the mindset that I am driving a king. So the first question is, what is your own identity? It is your identity that now informs the mind on what to do. So when the mind normally, just see the mind as, I used to have a mentor. He called his own mind Sally. He talks to his mind and say, hey, Sally, keep quiet. And I mean, it's as serious as that. Saying keep quiet, because your mind will give you suggestions. But if your suggestion is not in line with your identity, you shut it up and say, hey, come on, that is not who I am. Because the mind has gotten information from different kind of people. The mind has gotten information from music, has gotten information from movies. It's stored there in the mind. Everything is just stored there. So when the mind is bringing up instructions, when the mind is bringing up suggestions, it's bringing consideration to you, you are going to now weigh it to your identity. Who am I? If the suggestion that the mind is giving is now in line with your identity, then you now say, okay, fine, you can go ahead. But in a situation where you lack identity, first of all, you are not even aware that you are not your mind. That is the first challenge. You need to be aware that you are not your mind. You are a spirit that has an identity. Then you now have a mind and you live in a body. So in a place where you are now aware that you are not your mind, and you need to constantly give your mind instructions, because your mind is going to give you instructions based on what the mind has interacted with the environment. Then you will be in a position to now say, no, I'm not going to do that. No, that is not consistent with my identity. For me, I got my identity from, the best place you can get your identity is the Creator himself. So I get my identity from the Word of God, from the Bible. So I go to the Bible. Who did God say I am? God created me. He created me as what? So if God has created me to be successful, and the mind has gotten information that say, people like say they know they successful for Nigeria. So when the mind is bringing that suggestion, I say, my identity is not in line with that suggestion. That is how to build a strong spirit. Building a strong spirit is, number one, be aware that you are not the mind. You are a spirit being. And then you also be aware that you have an identity. In your identity, you have values. In your identity, you have beliefs. Your beliefs drives you. Your values drives you. Your identity drives you. The identity of a king is a king. No, if a king go and employ a driver, the driver will just say, Oga, I add something outside. I say, no be here. Here we live like a king. Here is a palace. And that is how to drive your life. So in this series, I think I've been able to successfully open your mind to the fact that you are, see, I am opening your mind because your mind is what that hears me. See, your mind is the part of your body that interacts with the world. So yes, your assignment now is for you to now sit down and call your mind. You say, Niyi, my name is Niyi. So your mind is you. You just say, Niyi, come, sit down. This and this and this. See, in this life, I will be successful. See, let me not lie to you. Talk to your mind like that. And that's that whole life. You see, you need to have a point where you talk to yourself. I don't know, because see, in these days, social media and everything, you don't have time to talk to yourself. See, lock yourself in your room. I say, come, Niyi, come, sit down, let us talk. Our life cannot be going on like this again. There has to be something that is changing. And that is how to do life. So in the course of this series, watch out for the other episode. We'll be talking more on how to manage your mind. We're talking about things, and I know it has blessed you. Please, if this program has blessed you, send us a feedback, send us something to say, I learned this and I learned that. Thank you. God bless.